welcome to Excursions. Have something special today. We got an interview. Got an interview with Kardano. This is going to be great.
Hello.
I've known David Kardano. Can I call you David as well, or is
Doesn't matter. We've known each other for years. I really don't care.
Yeah. So I wanted to get David on the show because he's a guy I know back from the hip hop days when we were both producing and performing and more in the hip hop arena. But we both are we're house music guys now, and we love it. Do we not?
Yes. I love it a lot. It's it was an interesting transition, but yes.
Yeah, I want to take it back right to the beginning actually, because I don't think I was just thinking this the other day. I'm like, I don't think I ever really talked to you about how you got into DJing and music in particular. And I always go back to the first people I saw, but what was the first inclination you had that maybe you would start making music?
The first inclination,
your inspiration, or
it would have been Jimi Hendrix, really. So it was just being in an old hot rod that my dad had that still exists in her family, apparently.
Nice.
I put it on a tape.
Yeah.
And it was a best of Jimi Hendrix, and I think the first track was Purple Haze.
Yeah. That
was kind of okay, this is where the bug of music kind of came along, really.
Hendrix, that's crazy. I can think back to when I was first, discovering music, and Hendrix was in there for me too. And I remember my brother had a tape that he listened to in one of his old cars, and it was Crosstown Traffic. I remember listening to it in his car as we were going through crosstown traffic, and I was like, "This is cool, man."
Yeah, I mean it's just whatever gives you the bug, right?
Yeah. So from there, what was the first DJ you saw? Because you're a DJ and producer now. Did you see a DJ and be like, "Hey, I think I can do that," or
no? DJing was a big mistake in a way.
Yeah.
As in, I would say I came from this purist back end of I don't like electronic music because I ended up playing guitar for a certain amount of years. The DJ thing was more just an accident of me working with a hip hop artist going, I'm not going to pay you for producing my record, and more, hey, I've got a spot for you on the road with me, and this is how I'm going to pay you. And I don't know how to DJ. And it was a thing that I didn't know what I was doing, and that's how I became a DJ, really, and going, actually don't mind this.
You fell into it in a sense. It was an opportunity that somebody.
Yes, it was a thing that I just was like, I can't do this shit, and especially just that hip hop culture of being a DJ. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm addressing that right, but it didn't feel right because I couldn't scratch. How I envisioned a DJ at that time was someone that was so skillful at scratching and stuff, and I still to this day don't even think I'm a DJ, really.
Well, you are, but I get where you're coming from because
get off my show.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from because the early guy. When you look at some of those videos from the DMCs and the 80s and 90s, and even to this day, of course, it is incredible. It is incredible what they're doing on. They're getting on the it's hard to explain some of the stuff if people haven't seen it. It is intimidating when you get into DJing when you're like, oh man, I'm never going to be able to do that.
Oh, of course. And I know there's different styles of DJs and stuff, and I wouldn't be getting booked every month in our own city for no reason.
Yeah.
But it's people. To me, my skill set that keeps me going is the people watching.
Yeah.
Trying to pick those songs that are going to pull you in within those seconds. And I believe that when you play a DJ set anywhere, if you can't make your first 3 songs something that the audience is going to be attached to you, you're already clearing the room out.
Yeah, you're in trouble. There's very low margin for error. I'll tell that what some gigs I'll do, if I'll do a corporate event or something, I'll say that you're only 1 or 2 songs away from that event. You losing it, clearing the dance floor, and it's over.
It's scary.
Yeah, it's a bit of a balancing act, but you nailed it though. There is different types of DJing. I mean, when you look at where the DJing comes from, like the history of it, I think I talked about it in one of the earlier episodes. Is Frank Grosso, who invented basically beat matching
Yeah.
at the Sanctuary.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys weren't scratching and doing all that crazy stuff either.
Yeah.
They were just basically curating and picking spots, and basically it was the timing of the records and everything like that. So,
Well, it's like I guess the style of DJing that I feel like that I would be doing, and many of the people in the genre that we play of house, it's more of a hypnotic mixing, as in when you blend those two tracks together. For some reason, it's like it's like they've gotten onto they're on drugs when you've mixed those two records and you're holding down that mix for a certain amount of time. And I try to stay very instrument. I try to play like I'm playing an instrument with the music, where even when I'm signing records, I say to most people, if you don't have 32 bar intro and outro, I really don't want anything to do with your music.
yeah.
I know that sounds weird, but like, especially how it's structured, like I usually like people to structure something that has 8-bar drums at the start, and then their bass line can come in after those 8, or at least 16 with the intro, and then coming after that with the bass.
Nothing too melodic in
Yeah,
those first 32. Yeah. I mean, that's the...
Yeah, and then their outro just have 8 bars of bass, so that it helps when you're mixing in that next record, that it doesn't interfere. I know we have a filter on the mixer, but that's just
and with stems now, we can kind of... that's incredible. But I have always given that advice to independent artists and think, how can I get DJs to play my stuff? I'm like, well, first of all, it's got to be good and fit what they're doing, but you got to make it... You got to make it more. You got to make it DJ friendly. Like, you will drastically improve your odds of a DJ giving your song a chance if you give it like the intro, like you said. Like house music, I don't understand how you would give a DJ a radio edit of that. Like I get why you would have that on Spotify or streaming somewhere, but if you're going to service it to a DJ, like you said, minimum 32 bars. But for hip hop and R&B stuff, 8 bars is fine. But make it drums, maybe drums and bass. But for the house, you're right. Drums just for the first 8. The next 8. Add the bass, maybe some minor melodic elements, but not much, and then have the drop from there, right?
Yeah. No, it's even some of these, because my label's so young, and I get a lot of producers that they haven't been doing stuff so long, and I sign records that aren't up to par, but like, you sign what you like because it's your label. But so a majority of those guys, I'll get a radio edit, and I'll be like, I
don't need this.
I say, you're in the DJ world of pitching records. Why are you going to send a DJ? Most people who own the labels are DJs. Why would you want to send them a radio edit?
Yeah, because the average consumer, those are for the average consumer that doesn't know, and even like a house head will maybe want to hear that build up, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like, to a DJ will have appreciation for those first 32 bars because they realize how it's a tool for mixing, right?
Well, of course. And that's the thing. It's like, I feel if you're a DJ who owns a label, I would think you would want to play the stuff that's on your label. So why would I want to? I can't. I don't want to spend time mixing a radio edit.
Yeah. Or making a DJ edit for you.
Yeah.
But speaking of your label, so what's your label?
Fusion Groove Recordings.
Fusion Groove Recordings.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really in its infant stages, and I'm really still finding legs for it, because there's some of the recordings, it's like but then there's recordings that are the great quality. My thing is, there's been records out there in the past that have not been great quality, but have still gotten the shine.
Yeah.
Right. And my label is like, I don't really have, my label's not one of those labels like, I got to keep the lights on.
Yeah.
Right. It's just more, I think your shit's cool. Great. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I take the chance of mixing it down and blah, 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 and go forward from there. Right.
Yeah.
But
you like to keep it moving. That's what I like about you're prolific in that sense, that you're making stuff. It's good sonically. It's just, and then move on to the next and keep it moving,
Yeah. I think that's all you have to do. Like, nothing, the thing about art, people I feel misinterpret that, thinking that it has to be perfect, and more that like art's not meant to be perfect. I mean, you could look at probably any big painting that's ever existed, that there's fucked up areas in any piece of art. Like, you build a house, you're going to know the imperfections,
Yeah.
but the person you're showing the house to is not going to know that you've fucked up a measurement in there. Like, even these panels that I've made, there's imperfections on them.
Yeah.
You're not going to
I
find
was going to
them.
say something.
Yeah. Yeah, you did a pretty bad fucking job. But yeah, like, art's meant to be consumed and not to be made perfect, is in my opinion.
I think the beauty lies in the imperfections too, right? Like, and especially now more than ever,
yeah, no shit.
with like AI making stuff so polished and like almost too perfect and soulless in a lot of ways, that I think people may be leaning more into that. And I mean, yeah.
No, I mean, it's hard to, with AI now, because I mean, clearly, if you look at how electronic music is, it's like it has the name electronic in it, and we've evolved around the technology, excuse me, of how that music has been made.
Yeah.
You know, we can thank a lot of the Japanese for that, with all the drum machines and
100%. The Japanese influence on electronic
I mean,
music
look
and
at all
hip-hop.
this shit here, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's so true. Yeah.
No, it's like and then, you know, it's just like it got passed on to some kids in the hoods in the States or whatever, and then they started fucking around.
Well,
on
they
that
humanized
shit.
it. They add that you got to have, like, everything's got to go through the human filter. And that's like,
exactly.
And that's why everyone, like, be yourself, because your uniqueness is a filter through, the source inspiration and everything goes through that makes your particular fingerprint on your music unique, and uniqueness, I think, is what really, I think we're coming up to some weird music coming out overall, because stuff's just gotta stand out. And I just don't think these models that make stuff, they're basically copying stuff that's already been made by humans. So
yeah, I mean, I kind of look at this now, what's going on with the industry, really, that it's almost similar to like the influencer DJ that came in versus now it's like the pseudo producer that it's sad to say, here's the fucked up thing. It's like, it's sad to say that they actually are producers, sadly, because
they are producing something. They're just doing it in a,
Because, like, you could look at any other record, like rock record, or like, I don't know everything about Rick Rubin, but like, you can even look at someone like Bob Ezrin or some of these guys that made all these classic rock records, that some of those guys didn't play instruments, and they came into the room and be like, hey, I think we should just go from 8 bars here. Like, they had a little bit of knowledge, but like, they didn't play instruments. They just told the man what to do.
That's the traditional producer. I think before, like, I think hip hop kind of reframed it when the beat makers coming, but I call them couch producers, in that they sit back on the couch and they're going by emotion and feeling, and they're guiding the creative process in a overall project management sense, which is, kind of how producers started. And they also probably had money sometimes, or knew how to get the money to finance the projects.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I hate when making records with a singer that it's like on the internet.
Yeah.
I don't like doing, I guess, me sending something to someone and then waiting for a singer to, it's
as opposed to being in the room and actually in real time talking it out and vibing, and like, in person is always going to win, man.
Yeah. And it's not that I've had really bad experiences. I mean, the Art of Tones record that I made with Play Records, which is during COVID, was all made on the internet, back and forth. And then I have a track with a guy that worked with Paul Oakenfold as a writer.
Yeah.
And like the guy who recorded the vocal, like, I don't know where we're putting the song, it's a little poppy, but I was pretty happy with what he delivered back to me. So,
well, sometimes, I mean, especially during COVID, like, you were doing the best with what you had at the time. Like, there was no other, that's kind of how you had to do it. And I think in lieu of not being able to be in the same room, it is a decent substitute if you can. And it is great that we have the technology to do that.
Oh, of course.
But I think if you had your way, you could choose. Yeah, you're always going to want to.
Yeah.
be in the same room and vibe if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's just been, yeah. It's interesting looking at how things are because, like I'm saying, everything's been made around the technology of the music, and we've always evolved. The music's made on technology, so it's like you kind of got to integrate it and push things out. Like you're getting guys like Todd Terry, you can comb the internet and find an interview of him saying, "I use AI, but it molds to what I do, and then I remake things or whatever." And I do it the same way. Like there's things about it that frickin' suck and that are great. Like.
Well, don't be lazy about it. Like,
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean? Like, I think the laziness, that's the thing with me when I see it online or I see a flyer and I'm just like, I know you didn't put, that much time into it. It's like I said when people said last week they sent me these AI songs that guys I know that don't do music and they want me to pin it. I'm like, dude, you didn't take time to write this.
Of
Why
course.
would I take time to listen to it?
Yeah.
Like
it's
and they weren't good, by the way.
Yeah.
No, they weren't good.
Yeah, no, it's the same thing of like there's things about it that are great or not. Like especially if you're someone that's a sample-based musician. I know it's kind of fun to say sample-based musician, but in house music, or just even hip-hop in general, how it's so sample-based that you can make a prompt and make stuff around that prompt and sample within that prompt like you would do a piece of vinyl that you record in and
that you dug up.
Yeah, and then you're not in the dumps to get a license.
Well, I think that's the big thing too, right? Clearing samples,
Yeah, and that's the only plus I find about it. But as far as that, then there's the negative of just that buffoon that goes, check out my song that I made in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm a producer now.
Yeah.
Okay. Explain. Do you know what the circle of fits are?
Yeah. Well, let's talk about like your setup and your gear workflow and your gear because I'm always when I hear other interviews I'm like I want to hear what producers are using. So like, what's a brief rundown on how you record?
Do we want to go grounds up just like from like start to finish and all that type of crap?
Yeah. Well, like what did you first start on?
Oh, okay. Let's GarageBand.
GarageBand. Okay.
I would say GarageBand, which evolved into dabbling with Reason and Logic.
Yeah.
Then going to audio school using Pro Tools, but then I always wanted to be on Pro Tools because I started in hip hop first, and then watching Bones, which is another local hip hop producer in town. Watching him on Pro Tools, it's like, okay, well, everyone's using that. And then you're hearing, oh, Dr. Dre uses Pro Tools too. So I've kind of just stayed.
You stayed with Pro Tools.
Sadly, yeah.
Well, I mean,
it
is the OG, and as far as like, audio editing and stuff like that, it is probably still the king. But yeah, I get it. I mean, I'm a Logic guy. I was on Pro Tools early. It was when Logic went to Logic Studio, like I mentioned earlier. Like I was just like, man, everything's bundled in here. Like, because I came from like MPC days, and then went to the Triton because I wanted keys and sampling, and then from there Pro Tools, and then into Logic. And I don't think I'm, like I was learning Ableton at the same time, and Ableton's great, nothing wrong with it. I just felt like I needed to focus on one, so. That's why I've been on Logic ever since.
I mean, I'm not really using any of my analog synths that sit there now. It's like that Moog I got there, it does, that integrates digitally with my system that I can write automation and still do stuff. And then that Korg, I'll use the Moog more than that Korg that sits there, but there's one bass preset in there that I like using. And there's actually a bass preset in there that I made from a record under a different alias that Nicole Mudaber played like 10 years ago. Nice. And I know that exact bass preset of that record that still time to time I'll pull out. But as far as it is, everything's a hybrid realm. So, because I like to create with speed at the same time. So it's like it's almost everything is digital from the synths that I use.
Yeah.
And then the mixing stage is hybrid from the SSL VCA that I got here, which gives me a little more headroom and gain staging the traditional way rather than in the box.
Right.
And then I have some inserts here that hook up to a Pultec, which only stays in like a bypass setting, which I'm just running through the tubes in my channel 1 and 2, which remains mono. And so like anything from your kicks, snares, anything that's mono, bass stays in there, and then a couple of my claps will go into channel 3 and 4 in here, and they just stay stereo.
Nice.
Yeah, I definitely like using this because there's a clarity that happens within the records that I make that have this weird kind of high end to them. You know, and I'm definitely not the best mixing engineer in the world, but it just, people say that I have a different sound, I guess.
Yeah.
They're like, how do you achieve that? I'm like, I don't know.
Twisting knobs and stuff?
No, and then, you know, when you're mixing records down and comparing them to other ones, it's like it's hard to compete and get to those records that you like from your other, I don't want to say competitors, but the other people that you mix your records with. Peers, yes.
Yeah. You definitely want your stuff to stand up next to it. I mean, that's the big challenge that so many producers have. Of
course.
Like, oh, I got this great idea, and then you should be using reference tracks all the time, too.
You're not going to sound...
But you don't need to sound exactly like them, nor should you necessarily want to.
Yeah, like your record, like those references that you go up, you can't have the same record as, like you're using a different synth, a different system. It just needs to stand up that your LUFs are kind of equally the same, and you know that your low end and your low mids and all that other stuff can stand out to that other record and not pummel it when you're mixing down the record, and that your own record doesn't go down in energy next to that other record.
Right.
Or just pick the right record.
Yeah.
That's the reason why you got to pick the right records to blend with your records.
Absolutely.
So
plug in, like, so synth wise, what are you using for synths?
I use a lot of remade emulations now. So like some of the Roland synths, the subscription-based system that Roland has. I have a couple of purchased synths that I don't even go on that subscription anymore, but I have a couple synths purchased from there. I'm now using UAD's Moog and Rode keyboard right now. And then I have like an M1. So basically all the classic synthesizers that I use in
like the emulations.
Yeah,
versions of them.
from like that 90s style, good feeling house.
Yeah.
I'm using all those emulations of those keyboards.
You got the Korg M1 organ in there?
Yes, yes, definitely. I mean, it's such a...
That's classic.
Yeah. You know, it's... I don't want to pay to service any of those type of things, and those things probably need to be serviced soon enough anyways.
I know. I have a Moog little fatty that I embarrassingly have not used that much through the years. I've had it forever, and I just haven't been able to get this quite the rich sounds that I want out of it, but you know, it does work every once in a while. You get some good bass tones out of it.
It's just one of those days when you turn them on like you go, I haven't used it, and you turn it on one day and you go, oh, I should be using this more. And then you end up kind of using it and you're like, I don't want the fucking time to do with it anymore.
It's so much easier when it is in the box. I get that. Do you use Serum? A lot of people I know use Serum, but
I do use Serum.
It seems to be like, it used to be Massive was the big, you know, kind of industry standard synth. Now I feel like Serum is it, and then I work with a producer who uses Diva and Nexus. Those are two other ones that he likes.
I had Nexus, and now Nexus I didn't like. I used it kind of more at the start of my career, and that was because I kind of wanted to sound like everyone else, sadly, because it had all those patches that were made, but it just, there's no thing to like custom make your own patches with Nexus, I find.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
like,
haven't messed with it.
Yeah, it's just like it's an interface that just you could control things a little, but you really can't tune things. Like even the Serum presets that you get, it's like you go into a preset and you kind of screw it up a bit.
Yeah, of course.
And make it your own in a way, right?
Move beyond the presets. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think some people have misconception of like what your sound is just because you have a synth that sounds the same as someone else's track. Your sound really inclines of the notes that you're picking and how you play those notes, the way I look at it.
Yeah.
And that's more your sound, just how you... Like a lot of people will say they know my tracks because of the drums. Like my friends say that.
Yeah.
Or the certain synths that I just tend to use all the time.
I mean, I think that's good too. Like, I think you want to go back to the things that you like, that work for you, that also develop your sound and give you your own unique sound, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the reason why some of the clubs, I feel like those I guess we can say corporate clubs in town.
Yeah.
How some of them seem to have their problems. Not now with FIFA, but
Yeah.
but
They're all busy.
Yeah, but I feel like some of those clubs have that problem where and I played in some of these clubs where they want you to play. And obviously, I know they're in that industry of making money, but they want you to play what they think the client wants. And my feel like art's not meant to sell that way. It's not meant to be like I'm gonna give what people want. It's meant to be like, here, you're gonna like this or not, and this is what builds a following to like clubs, people coming back to them over and over again. Because I remember back in our time, we used to have back in our time, we used to have a lot of talent buyers within the clubs to gatekeep it. Sorry to use that word, but to bring people.
Don't be. We kind of need them sometimes.
Yeah,
especially in this stage.
Yeah, but like we had those talent buyers to filter us to come into the clubs, and now some of those bigger clubs on the strip have the GMs booking the DJs and following, going, hey, this person's got a lot of following. Let's book them.
Yeah.
And
they might have bought those followers. For
yeah,
one,
yeah.
And also, it's just like, doesn't mean you're good, at your craft. And you nailed it, though. Like, there is two kind of attitudes. It's just like, okay, give the people that are there, read the room what they want, but also like and I think the better strategy that you're talking about is just like, here's the art. Let's put it out there and let's find our audience. Let's attract them. And then we're creating a real vibe that's about something cool.
Well, even with the club that I work with, Soma, Leon V is the owner, and like just because of just our times with how clubs are, it's it's like even he's kind of like going to this sense of like, oh, we want to kind of book people that kind of followings but are still good at the same time. But like our club, we don't want the DJ to promote, but they still need to per se say that they're playing that night, right?
You don't want to rely on them to be your promotion, but you want them to promote in the sense
and like the other thing is it kind of hurts the bookings in a way, because like the other thing, it's like, would you rather have someone that can be in your room playing to 10 people to keep those 10 people in there, or would you have that person that can bring the 30 people? The 30 people will come to your club and then just leave an hour later.
Yeah.
What's kind of the better pick? The person that's going to keep the 10 people there? I think it's better to have the guy or the person that's going to keep the 10 people there and play the shit out of your club, and more people will join.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like the quality over quantity.
Yeah,
argument, right?
And the industry still, believe it or not, like for how that place that Soma, it's like it's a word of mouth place.
It's a cool spot.
It's a word of mouth place, and like the way I look at it, like if there's a night there, if it's bad, people will text their friends, and it'll just go down the grapevine.
Yeah,
and
word of mouth is the most powerful thing in marketing, man.
And that place is such a word of mouth. The Soma Music Hub is just a word of mouth place. Yeah.
But you got to keep the quality up there, man.
Because like there's no like a word of mouth place is one of those things that you can make that flyer the week of, versus someone that's,
and you can hand draw it, like, and people probably appreciate that more nowadays.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like that place is a word of mouth place, and that's the other thing what's missing. We need to integrate old school with the new ways, and that's how I like to produce as well.
Yeah.
We're all human, and
we can't be these old dogs trying to stick to like you got to be open minded.
Oh, of course,
but also be critical too. Be like, okay, this is great, let's try this, but this is not the end all be all because of X or Y.
Of course,
you know what I mean.
It's been hard. It's hard because it's like you're trying to keep a culture alive per se, and then finding those younger DJs to carry the torch, right? Like even even Pete Tong and his academy, you can see it in that way. That I feel that academy was made to attach him with the younger crowd. It's like how can I give back as I think, what is he, 65 or something? Yeah. How do I give back and have people still know who I am but are younger? Well, why don't I teach people the culture of,
and also giving them a respect for the culture and teaching them how to do it the right way.
Yes, right? And that's the thing. It's like, as I think as you get older as a DJ, you got to learn to, and I feel like this is kind of the other problem that we have with our industry is that we have our older heads, which can be even including myself, that just, and I do it at times where it's just like you're putting down that younger group of DJs to come in the industry, but they just need their hand held a little bit, as
we all did.
Yeah, I had a mentor that used to kick me when I looked at my computer mixing.
That probably helped you though. Realize, engage more with the crowd. Engage,
and I'm sure Johnny Omega. Like, he was the guy that was a mentor that booked me a lot around town, and looked after me. And I can tell you, I fucked up a lot, and it was a thing that he was like really just straight up with me at the time, and just gave me shit when I was doing really stupid things.
He's a solid guy, and I can see him being like firm but fair and being a good mentor for you.
Yeah.
That's super cool. I mean, when I first started, it's weird. My story is like I became in charge of dances at my high school, so I hired this company. And the guy was young. He was probably only 3 or 4 years older than me. He actually came. I remember he came to the school. He was wearing a suit, and I'm like, and then we bonded over music. And then when I got out of high school, I just called him up. I'm like, hey, you seem like a cool guy and a cool company. Can I work for you? So when I worked for him doing these random things, it started just striking raves. Because his company did all the big rave companies, like all the stuff at the Riverside Banquet Hall down in Richmond. And so I'd go there at 6 a.m. and unplug everything and see everyone all tweaked out. A few of my friends, like, I'll be like, okay. But he's like, okay, if you want to DJ, so you gotta go do a gig with him, and then you gotta write down every song he plays. So that was how I learned. Before I even jumped on the decks, I had to write down, because it was me learning.
You mean versus?
It was me learning what actually worked for those types of gigs.
Everyone's jamming now.
Yeah, well, sure.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying how it was done.
But
back
that was
then.
that was the step before. Then I got to go jump on for like 20 minutes to mix with one of those guys, and then I think eventually it got to the point where those guys they're like, yeah, he knows what he's doing, and then I think I did some like 12-year-old's birthday party in Chilliwack. It was like my first gig, and it was like, and from there it was off and running.
I mean, I can tell you, like, if technology was still the same way it was, in the sense of like the DJ, if DJing was still like the same way without computers and all this technology, I can 100% tell you I wouldn't be a DJ. And I'm only telling you because of the complications of mixing records without having the assistance of doing them, mixing them. Like 100%, I can tell you that I would just stay producing records.
Yeah. I think you would. I think you'd want to play him out one day. I think you just, humans are so adaptable. I think we would just adapt.
I guess so. I don't know. I just not that I can still mix 2 vinyl records together, but you're not going to get me mixing it in seconds or the way anyone who's a little more time, anybody who's gifted at doing it.
You also really got to know your records, because you can't look at a waveform and see where things are. Yeah,
I mean, like if we had a session today, like I could do it, but I wouldn't. I would kibosh most of the mixes. But it's just the technology has kind of made it so easy now, and I think it's
too easy. Is that why we have all these? Because it feels like there's never been more people DJing or wanting to DJ now than ever before.
Yeah, and I think what's going to give you the longevity of being a good DJ now is that you're kind of doing the back end of studying where everything comes from, and just knowing what's going to move people, rather, because the thing is, Joe Blow lawyer or some priest can become a DJ now, right?
Yeah, I think, I was talking to someone else the other day. I'm like, there is so many people, but I think this influencer age of DJs is not going to last forever, and it's like the gym in January. You know, the gym's super busy in January, and
Yeah.
then by February, you know, March, it's not quite as busy. I think, you know, I just think the reality of, I'm sure people will DJ and for fun and stuff, which is what you should do.
Yeah.
But doing it as a career is not for the faint of heart. It's
No,
not
it's
easy. You got to really love it.
No, it's not, because it's kind of sad, because it feels like the music industry now has turned into a social fucking card.
Yeah.
In the sense of like, look at me,
Yeah.
I'm a DJ, and it's like
A clout thing.
It's a clout thing, and it's like, now does it matter it's kind of hard to get this opinion out, but like, it's a thing that it's like, it doesn't feel, just feels people are doing it for social status. Cause like you get a, I don't know, for instance, like this studio here, people don't know the background of finances of struggle that you have.
Oh, yeah.
Not that I'm saying, oh, I'm in debt or anything, but it's like, people think you have a studio and all of a sudden you're making money. Do you know what I mean? Or like, they're doing
Anybody
great.
who's ever had a studio knows that how hilarious that is. It's especially now.
Yeah.
It's really hard to have a profitable studio.
Yeah, but I guess what I was going with is that with the influencer DJ is that you can see it here because the scene's so small that, like, I remember when COVID finished up, you got these people that were the streamer DJs and the influencer DJs that were just taking over all the gigs. Mm-hmm. And you can slowly see what was happening is that the people that were the original DJs around the city slowly got their gigs back.
Because they realized that they suck. Yeah, it's funny. You know what? There was clips from that Rolling Loud festival.
Yeah.
And it was a bunch of influencer artists.
Yeah.
Like, not necessarily DJs, but like rappers and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, go look at those clips if you want to feel better about your artistic journey as a musician. They're horrible.
And it's the same thing I feel that might possibly happen with this age, is that the people that are abusing the tools or abusing the AI tools, it's just going to be a thing that people are going to realize that, like, that's the thing. Unless there's a way that they're not to taking out that grainy shit of those AI records, then
there's people doing it already that have tricked me probably already, that are doing it, but they're probably putting a lot more effort into it. Like they're probably using AI, but they're also using the human element. They're also refining it in a way. Yeah. And they're putting in a lot of time to make it cool. Like, I just don't think you can do it with a few minutes and a prompt. It's just...
No, of course. And I mean, like I said, I'm like, it's better to admit than to say to not. Like, it's a thing that even I use it as a tool where I just integrate and remake things.
There was this controversy with this Felix guy or something that did, I can't remember the name of the song, or maybe it's Phoenix, Fenix. And he says he was a rapper and now he's doing stuff that's kind of more like almost alternative, you know, and it's clear that he probably used AI for his vocal. And I guess the argument is that he's just saying it wasn't. It's just like, dude, just admit it.
Just admit it, yeah.
Just admit it. Because it's just like anything. You keep denying it, it's just not, it's not going to go away. And it's, you know, just admit it. Be honest about it.
No, I think that's the thing. Even just being in the film business as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Dave also, he's like he works in film and he's a sound engineer.
Yeah.
We both have a background in film, but he does mainly sound. And so, yeah, sorry, what were you saying?
I was just saying, like, even in film, like, if you could admit to, like, not doing something, it doesn't lose your respect in your job. And I think that's...
No, you can't. That's the thing about film. When I learned is like, you never assume anything, and you never say, like, if you just say, I don't know, or I can't do that. Because you're wasting people's time and you're wasting people's money, and it ends up just making shit worse if you do that and every time.
Yeah, and I feel like that's just the thing. It's just like people that are... I don't think anyone's going to get shit on you for admitting. Like, even Fisher, I think, admitted that he had someone help him produce his records.
I think it was Chris Lake, wasn't it?
I don't think Chris... No? I don't know.
I thought early... That was the rumor I heard. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not... I like Chris Lake, I like Fisher, but I'm not like huge super fans that watches and listens to all their shit.
I just know that there was somewhere in some interview that there was Fisher was admitting that he had a ghost producer.
Yeah, lots of people have producers that mentor them and show them. I mean, that's how you learn. That's how ideally most producers learn. I learned so much producing with someone else. Just doing a couple sessions we've done, I'm like, oh wow, you do it that way. Same with DJing.
Yeah.
I DJ with another DJ, like especially early on. I tell DJs early on, DJ with other DJs because you'll put your knowledge together.
Of course.
you're gonna be like, oh, he does that differently. Oh, or he mixes out of that song there and there, and then I see the audience react that way. Okay, so you always learn something.
No, I've learned stuff playing back to back with some of the folks in town. A guy named Still London in town where
I saw him open up for a Craze, and I became a fan. Yeah.
Yeah, he I remember like doing back to backs with him, and I had a thing that like when I was touching the tempo bend in the middle of songs, he's like, don't do them at breakdowns.
Breakdowns, great tip.
Yeah.
That's next level stuff that you don't know unless you've been DJing for years.
Yeah.
We change the tempo during a breakdown. It's very unnoticeable.
Yeah, because he's just like he's like
You can't hear it. You can't let them hear you do it.
Yeah, he's like they're not gonna know if you're doing it.
Yeah.
Right at that time, and that's the thing, right? It's we all make mistakes, right? And I've done them. And I still do them.
Oh, me too. I mean, even that whole tempo thing. The other night I was mixing. I'm just like, I did it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I should have waited for the breakdown for that. And it was only like 2 or 3 dB, but it was enough that if someone really knows their stuff, they'd the breakdown. That is a good tip for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. What do you got coming down the pipe music wise?
I have a release with a label called Hui Nostro.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to, I think that the guys from the Ukraine, but I'm sure live somewhere else.
Yeah.
I forgot his DJ name, but he's got a pretty cool label. It's got like Coulter on it and a bunch of other known DJs, I guess. And I think when we last talked previously, I was going in this more disco house sound. I think I'm going for this more micro house.
House.
That's kind of techie and housey and minimal.
Minimal, okay.
So it's like a cross between that. So that's what I got coming up next. Just been concentrating on releases of the label, and then District Groove, which is like the club brand that I eventually want to turn into a label. But it's been nights at Soma there, and Leon V's been giving me a lot of opportunities to help him run that club, and I can't thank someone like him more.
Yeah,
because he's helping me build that club brand.
Yeah,
within his club, and now we're taking it outside of the walls of that club at a place called Strange Fellows Brewery.
Oh yeah, I think I saw.
Yeah, so we're
that's the one on Clark.
Yes. So we're in the middle of promoting that. Believe it or not, we had some hate on an AI flyer.
You made an AI flyer?
Well, we hired hired someone, and I guess they, I couldn't convict or whatever. I can't find my words, but I had no idea. Like, sure, I know that there was aspects of it, but I don't know that it was made fully from AI.
But it was obvious when you got it done.
I don't know. There's like some hate comments going, AI flyer. And then my cousin kind of texts me. He's like, you got to hire someone. Like, we have someone. Like, it's really gonna hurt the reputation of your.
Well, you know what? It is true. It's the whole thing with AI. If I can tell it's bad.
Yeah, like I didn't really know, but I mean, to me, like I feel good publicity. Bad publicity is still good publicity, and the thing is, I don't have a problem admitting to it, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, it's like you're gonna get more respect for just admitting it rather than saying, "Hey, I'm not doing that."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
so you learned.
And
next time you got to tell your designer, don't.
And that's exactly. We end up remaking the flyer, but I still think there, like, believe it, the aspects of that flyer still has.
Sure.
You could still tell that he's using AI tools
in
some way. And the thing is, I'm sorry, but like it's the same thing with the music that I'm making. There's still bits of it now that it's just assisting me.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the thing. It's like you have people that are still doing it in that arts environment. And I get it. It's just the same thing as like the musicians back in the day where they were making fun of us for making electronic music.
Sure, yeah.
You know, because we were using machines to assist us.
Well, musician unions were. I was reading something like in 1982. They went to Congress, or they were protesting over synthesizers and drum machines, right? So.
And that sounds pretty funny.
Yeah, there's drummers all over the world are just like laughing right now because they're like, dude, yeah, okay, we've been dealing with this for 40 years, you assholes.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the thing with like the arts world and AI. It's just like it's probably pissing those people off that actually are graphic designers that can draw those fine lines and actually be real graphic designers where, you know, you can.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll just pause for a second.
Yeah.
I should have been in airplane mode anyways.
Oh, it's all good.
We'll just get the tail end of this here.
Goddamn interviewers just talking and talking.
No, it's good. That's we're.
No, that's exactly
Crushing it.
But I guess I was saying like with what is it? You know, it's pissing off those people that can actually draw a flyer, and I get it. It's the same thing if someone being able to play an instrument right away. Like, dude, it's the same shit with the DJing as well.
Well,
it's
I know
it's everything now. It's just any Joe Blow can do it, and it's nice. It is kind of nice that everyone has access to doing art. It's just kind of the annoying fact that someone can just do it in 3 seconds.
Well, it's the annoying fact that they can do it in 3 seconds, and then the average person that maybe doesn't know much will be like, "Oh, this is great," you know, like
and that's the thing though. It's like it's almost like people's characters are getting taken away from them in a way. And it's the same thing with social media. It's like everyone kind of has the same personality now on social media. When someone's addressing something, it's like, well, look at me and blah, 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 blah. It's like,
hey, guys.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, personality now, it's like it's gone in a way. Like here's the thing. It's like you can kind of know someone is like an artist from their personality, from how they react in a room or how they're outgoing in a room and how they articulately say things. Like that guy must be an artist, or that person or that lady or whatever is that because of their personality.
Yeah, it's
like you can't really differentiate anything now. Everyone's almost like a carbon copy in a way.
Well, it's uniqueness is always going to win. There's a rule in branding, or like a ethos is SFU, which is cool because it's like a university around here. It was easy to remember when I took it in school, but strong, favorable, unique. That's what you want to think about when you're branding. You need to have a strong name. It can't be weak, can't be weird.
Yeah.
It's got to be favorable in that sense that you can't, have it. And then unique, that's the most important part. I mean, you got to make it something that stands out. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Engelbert Humperdinck. That's not his real name, by the way.
Yeah.
And he tried a career as I can't remember what his name was before, and it didn't work, and he changed it to that, and boom.
Yeah.
So there's definitely something to think about if you're thinking of branding. Branding's never been more important nowadays.
Yeah.
You got a strong brand in a mediocre art, you can still do pretty good if you handle your business correctly.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately that's the truth, right? So it's a holistic thing. I remember for years, really recently, everyone bitching about, I got to make content now, and I just want to focus on my art. And it's true.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah, and
right?
honestly, the other day, I'm like, wow, I spent more time today working on this short form video and all this stuff than I did working on music. So that it is true, but I think you just need to come up with systems that make it real easy and fast, and you got to embrace it because it's just another artistic kind of thing. You gotta do. It could be worse.
No, of course.
You know what I mean? Like. So, I think there's any way you can get away around it nowadays. You kind of just got to embrace it to some way.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really have a problem. Well, there is a problem with it, but at the same time, it's like,
it is what it is.
I just use it as a tool, and it is what it is. It's just the same people that I don't know, that get mad at your neighborhood drug dealer or something. I don't know if those exist anymore. Or your neighborhood dial-a-dope person.
Yeah, I'm sure they're still around.
Right? So it's the same, not that I get mad at those people, but like it's this, I don't know. It's just some people cheat in society, and like, I don't know, for example, everyone hates billionaires.
Yeah. Well, that's justified.
Right? I mean, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. So what else? So we got the next release is, sorry, what was the label's name?
Hui Nostro. I
Hui
think.
Nostro.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the biggest release I got coming up, and I think it was just the thing. I have one offer in the Amsterdam Music Conference.
Yeah.
To play something. I don't know if I'm going
In
this year.
October, though.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy, if you play in there, I might go because my friend Deej goes there every year.
Yeah.
And he's been trying to get me to go. And man, if you were playing.
Yeah, I mean, last year I played 2 gigs. Excuse me, 2 gigs there, which was a label that I got to remix Ron Carroll, one of Ron Carroll's tracks.
Legend.
Yeah, and then I had the show with Pete Tong and the DJ Academy out there. But yeah, that's like this year I haven't gone to any conferences. The past couple of years I've been going to both IMS and
you've been busy.
Yeah, it's just this year's been kind of weird financially with the film business and
such.
Yeah, and the music organizations don't seem to want to. They don't want to give you money.
Yeah.
With apparently their woke system that doesn't work properly. Am I gonna get canceled? That's just a funny. I'm just doing that as a gesture, but I don't know. There's lots of things to get into.
Yeah.
But
so what about later this summer? What do you got going on events wise? Could people maybe if they're in the Van City region see you somewhere?
Yeah, I mean just the Strange Fellows brewery thing, and just Soma is a place. Soma Music Hub is just where I play a lot and help book DJs locally throughout the scene. I'm not like the we have like a booker there,
sure,
but like my title with Soma is the framework. It's framework. So basically, it's kind of like I'm a face, but not a face. But
you have your input, and
your
influence, and you help.
Yeah, I guess you would say kind of below of the owner, but because like I'm very like honest with. I just say what's on my mind. I think that's the reason why Leon likes having me around, because I'm just very. Well, there's no filter.
I've worked with enough guys and I've had people that I work below, management guys that are like we butt heads a lot, but that's like why they like keep me around. They're like, I need a devil's advocate. I need someone that's not going to just be a yes man, because we'll miss stuff if everyone's just agreeing with me because they're afraid to disagree. It's like
and that's the thing. I think the reason why it keeps we really don't butt heads, but I'll always say, this is a risk, and I think it's good because someone like him, I feel he's a person of many chances. Where like I find like I'm not really, which is I don't think that's a great characteristic of not giving people chances all the time.
I believe in second chances.
No, of course.
Third chances, though.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I don't want to say the DJ's name because I respect him a lot.
Fair.
But I had someone play one of my nights and they just fucking froze.
Oh,
like they were closing the night, and like the first couple songs they started kiboshing mixes and screwing shit up.
Just had a bad night.
I was just nervous as hell, and then I said to them, play back to back with me just to kind of like ease things off.
Yeah.
To see, I was just gonna be like, hey, let me play a couple songs with you, and then I'll screw off or whatever, and then let you take over. But like the guy just like, I can't do this anymore. We still paid the dude or whatever, and that was it. But like, I said to him, I'm willing to book you again. Let's just try not to have this happen, and maybe I should just have you open.
You think he just didn't play on that setup before, or was it just nerves, or maybe he was just out of practice?
I mean, the guy has like 900s at home.
Yeah, interesting.
Right? Like,
well, some people just have bad nights.
They're on 3,000. Like these things you can press play and it. I'm sorry to say it just kind of
mixes for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Even though there's a beat sync button on them.
I heard they're taking the beat sync button off.
I mean, that'd be great.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care. I've never used sync just because it's never been 100% reliable to me when I did try it. So I just don't bother.
It's not, and I don't really like using the beat sync button on it. I kind of just like
it takes half of the fun out of it.
It does. The thing practically does the work for you.
I know it's not. I know people are like bitching about sync too, and I don't care if you use sync. Just so you know, because I know I've talked to a couple DMC like high level guys that are like, I paid my dues with beat mixing. I use sync and I do other shit, right?
Yeah.
So I got no problem with that. But it's like the BPMs are right in there. Like
Yeah.
you can just match them, the numbers. So it's like, what are we talking about here, guys?
Yeah. But I don't know. But like I said, the chance system, I guess, like I'm always willing to give people another chance, but I kind of feel like I'm a little cutthroat, but I think that comes being in the film business in a way.
Yeah, the film business can be cutthroat. There's no room for nonsense.
Yeah.
Your nonsense is costing this production $10,000 a minute.
Yeah, and I'm, you know what, I'm more than happy that people will admit that they can't do something, and I'm willing to like help and coach and do the best.
It comes down to just being honest, really. When we're talking about all these things, it's like just be honest. Like nobody likes being lied to.
Yeah, and I mean that's as far as it is. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know that like as far as it is, just like you're saying with releases, that's it. And I don't know. As far as that, I've just been trying to pitch for the labels. Oh, I have one collaboration with Mr. V at the moment.
Mr. V, sick.
Yeah, so I
V.
don't know when that's coming out, but I think we're putting it out on his label at the moment with another buddy of mine, Christopher T.
Mm-hmm.
He's an OG in San Francisco, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, they're both real cool guys, and I met Mr. V at ADE last year through him. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, why don't we just all collaborate and do a track together? So I don't know when that's coming out. What else is really?
So what's the next one on your label coming out?
The next one on my label is a guy named St. John, and the track's called Since 1993.
Oh.
With I forgot where the guy's from, but it's like a new disco track. Really, the label doesn't really have like a certain sound. It's more of like I like.
You seem to be with funky. It's funky stuff. Though.
Yeah, anything that's kind of funky, really. And you know, there's because I signed some like young kids record that looked like they were going to college, and I feel like they're not taking things super seriously because like I'm
probably
like,
aren't.
well, they're just like I'm like, hey, can you like collaborate on this? And they're kind of just like not answering or whatever. And that's the other thing I find just with this business is just it's more of a labor of love, and the income builds over the years.
Yeah, that's why you have to love it, or else you're not going to put up with the years of.
Yeah, and I'm still dealing with bullshit, but at the same time, it's I enjoy it, and it's not my main living.
Well, I think that's a great situation you're in though too, because especially with film too, you're project based, so you gotta like film is all consuming. When you're working on a film, it's like there's nothing else room in your life, right? So you just have to come to that mental realization. It was one of the first ones that it took me a while. I'm like, okay, this is the task. This is all I'm doing. Yeah. But then you also have those big breaks in between.
Oh yeah.
And then you're also not relying on like trying to make a living from something and compromising your art.
Oh, of course.
You know?
Yeah, no, it's great because at least I'm in a field that I've had close opportunities even on set. They're like, hey, do you want to be the DJ in this scene or whatever? And it was almost close to even getting my own music placement into it, right?
Yeah.
But it was a thing of just...
Well, definitely do that because placements are...
Yeah.
Good.
So, I mean, it helps being on set in that way.
Oh, heck yeah.
And, I'm like, you kind of got to be careful how you're doing it. But the thing is, the department I'm in integrates with the higher ups because I had to give an executive or a showrunner their headphones.
Oh, okay. So you have that relationship.
Like, I have the relationship with the showrunner,
which is a good relationship.
Yeah, and you're able to talk with them. And showrunners are very laid back people, right? But I haven't gained any.
Are they? Showrunners are laid back. 'Cause I haven't met that many. I feel like everyone in
I guess maybe it's a personality thing that I have with people. I don't know, but I don't know. Some people. Sorry, that's going to be a sound thing. Some people. I don't know. I don't really.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just like I haven't met that many showrunners that I would just think anyone in that because that's such a intense job, right?
I guess because
maybe they need that personality to do it.
I don't know. I don't feel like at those jobs I take any in. I'm very kind of, I don't want to say I'm silly, but when the nonsense comes, I'm always making these comedic relief comments at that job.
Yeah, well, that's important.
And still
gallows humor.
And exactly, and still taking everything seriously. And I feel that's what gets me by there, because some people end up growing gray hairs in their 20s in that business.
Oh, it is stressful, and that's the thing about it. Like working there, you want to be around people that have a good sense of humor.
Yeah,
get the job done, but are good to be around. You know.
I mean, I like it because it's like it helps me in the DJ world as well. Like when something goes wrong, that like the sound cuts out, I'm just like, oh, whatever. I'll just be that there.
Yeah.
Because like some people, there's even like people that are like, why? How come you're so calm? Like what was it the other night? We had a DJ at our club, really nice guy. And he was kind of like writing Serato, like the super old school way, like with the box and stuff.
Through the CDJs?
And he's just like, he's like, do you mind like doing that? Like I'm freaked out that I'm gonna screw shit up. And he's like, how are you so He's like, how are you so laid back about like just hooking things up and nothing goes wrong? I'm like,
reps.
I'm like, it doesn't matter to me anymore.
Reps.
Like I don't care. Like I think the last time. Don't get me wrong, I still freak out and get nervous. Like if I find like gigs here, like I don't get nervous like I used to. It's just like second nature to just stuck up to the decks. But if someone's saying, like if tomorrow someone says you got a gig at Pacha, which I played Destino Pacha. If someone says you got a gig at Pacha today, I think I might freak out playing there.
Well, because of I get that.
And
even if
it was the opening slot, I would still be fucking freaking out probably.
Yeah, I've been doing this, a long time, and I still get nervous. I think if you're not getting nervous, you should have a little bit of nerves always.
Yeah.
They're not as bad as it used to be, and I've learned just to like ultra prepare, like do the work so I know that like, hey, I've done the work, and if something goes wrong, it's not like I was being lazy or anything, you know, like. But last night my computer crashed actually, and it's like 400 people in the club, 500 people, and I could see it happening. I could see it, and I knew it was. I know why it happened, and it was. I did something I shouldn't have done before that. Yeah. Like basically I closed my laptop in between sets, and I usually don't. And I forgot to restart it after, and so all of a sudden I see it freeze, and I'm like, so I go over to the backup system, and there's a playlist there, that emergency. Yeah. And sure enough, it cuts, and I'm like, okay, so I play the other one. Everyone's just like. It happened when people were singing along to it too. So then all of a sudden they're like, yeah. And then they're like, oh. And then I just got on the mic and I said, don't worry, guys. I've fucked up way worse than this before. Seriously. This is nothing. And then I played the song and they all went crazy. And then I rebooted it. And then, it's like, trust me, this has been way worse.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing. It's like, it's just admitting to the shit.
And people thought it was funny and we moved on and no one cared.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, dude, this has been awesome, man. Like, we should do this again.
Yeah, hopefully I didn't put myself in any holes or back against the wall.
No, man. This is great. This is great, and we'll revisit this again. And thanks for coming on Excursions.
Yes.
Right on, brother.
Yeah, I had fun.
Nice.
Now you turn that shit off.
Wow, how long did we go for?